Okay, let's get into this one right here. Well, I told you. Kevin Durant out already. Hey, y'all got to give me props on this, man. I told you Kevin Durant wasn't going to make it, man. And I know he had some family issues, whatever, but give me a break. The guy's going to take a break. He's going to take a break. That's what he's going to do. And we're going to talk about this Draymond Green, Kenyon Martin, whatever you call this. It ain't stopping for some reason. And they really keep just talking in circles. It is what it is. But, you know, for some of these YouTubers out here, they of course, they flip-flopping just because they don't like Draymond Green, okay? They flip-flopping. They flip-flopping on integrity and stuff like that and not keeping the same. They ain't keeping the same smoke. They ain't keeping it a buck. They flip-flopping. So let me say this off top. Draymond Green, we said this before, is not better than Kenyon Martin. Draymond Green ain't a top damn 25 power forward. He's not. I guess you could say he kind of rode the bus in a way to some of them championships, whatever you want to say about Draymond Green. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer. I know it hurts some of you guys that he's a Hall of Famer, but you got to remember, in the era that he played in, LeBron James cheated, got his championships, and did what he did. Kevin Durant cheated and got his championships and did what he did. In that same era, it's a soft, weak era. In the same era, Joker is allowed to dominate with no center competition, average under a block per game, 0.7 for his career. It can barely jump off the ground. Don't make no defensive teams and get 3 MVPs for that, guys. Right? Never beat 151 team last year in his entire career in the playoffs. And they're saying this guy had the highest 5-year peak behind Michael Jordan. Remember, the era that Draymond Green plays in that allows him to go to the Hall of Fame. Right? What allows him to go to the Hall of Fame? Well, his resume. You can't have it both ways. You say, this is what makes this dude this is that, blah, blah, blah. His resume. And I'm not trying to say those other guys didn't deserve it or whatever like that. What's on the resume. But that's what's on the resume. That's what they won. So you're trying to tell me Draymond Green didn't deserve the defensive teams, the All-Stars, the All-NBAs, the assist leader, the defensive player of the year? You didn't deserve it? It's his resume. His resume. He did those things. You got guys in the Hall of Fame who ain't barely got nothing on their resume but some championships in the 60s. You got Bill Russell winning 5 MVPs, shooting like 41% from the damn field, guys, as a center. And that's all he could do was play defense and rebound. He was a Dennis Rodman at best. And people was trying to hype this dude up to more than that. This dude has all those damn MVPs. And it is in people top 5 for being a rebounder, a shot blocker, and one of the worst scorers of all, percentage-wise, of all time. It ain't got nothing to do with his era because guys were shooting way above him at the center position. And he never progressed as the shooting percentage went up in that era. And he's had the most help of all time. The most help. You could say double. You know, nobody holds this guy to a standard. Everybody say, oh, this guy played with this many Hall of Famers. This guy played with this many Hall of Famers. It's not nothing to knock him, but I'm talking about putting him in a ranking of such and such. All this fake ass shit that these people talk about. Oh yeah, Bill Russell won 5 MVPs because the guys voted. You vote today. You vote today for leaders. You think that shit counts? No, it's just something to make you feel good. That's all it is. Your vote don't count. Don't be a fool. Bill Russell won 5 MVPs off of what? His civil rights work. Okay? On loaded teams. The guys he was beating out for MVPs were doing way more than him. They were all-around players or two-way players. So don't let me get stuck on that. But these dudes out here flip-flopping for Draymond Green. If you don't like him, just say you don't like him. Do he deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? I don't know. But his resume, 4-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA, like 9-time defensive team, assist leader, defensive player of the year. I mean, the guy wasn't no slouch coming into the NBA, right? He was player of the year in the Big Ten. So he wasn't no slouch. I mean, do they win those championships without Draymond Green? I don't know. Not comparing him to Dennis Rodman, but do they win those championships without Dennis Rodman or Horace Grant on the team? I don't know. A lot of teams don't, win without a third piece like that. And I'm not trying to boost Draymond Green up to any all-time great status, but I'm just trying to tell you, you got to keep the same. You got to keep it a buck, man. You can't move the goalpost. His resume. His resume. He did those things to deserve that. So you can't stop him from going in the Hall of Fame. His resume, it would be the dumbest thing for that resume. I mean, for him not to go in the Hall of Fame and him have that resume? Wow. Remember, I'm not saying he's this all-time great. What I'm trying to say is this is the era he plays in, guys, that allows him to be this great. He says, this is what I'm going to do for my career. There's no competition to stop Draymond Green from making all these defensive teams at his position. Yep, just like Rudy Gobert. There's nobody at his position or stopping him from getting these defensive players of the year. Rudy Gobert is going down in the Hall of Fame. We talk about all his defensive players of the year. Now, let's talk about this. The reason why this whole beef started and people trying to protect Kenyon Martin, because he ran his mouth. He thought he would, let's just say this first, because he decided he would say something about Dak, right? Or respond to Draymond Green about the whole Dak thing, right? Not say something about Dak, but respond after Draymond Green said that about Dak. Now, let's just say this about Kenyon Martin. How can anybody have this Negro's back after all y'all sit there and listen to this fool say all this stuff for LeBron James, right? All this protection, not protection, lying about LeBron James' career, lying about the basketball player LeBron James is. This is Kenyon Martin. He just said something the other day about how great LeBron James was when he came back. Just straight lying. And then now y'all got his back over this Draymond Green thing because y'all don't like Draymond Green. That's flip-flopping. I hear these Negroes all the time. This dude, Perk will say something. He said something crazy 95% of the time, 99% of the time. And they be hating on Perk and say, not hating on him, but they say Perk say all this stupid stuff and you can't believe nothing this dude say. You work for Clutch, blah, blah, blah. Next minute, he say something that's truthful. Then y'all want to jump on Perk bandwagon. Oh, Perk said this. Y'all sounding like Dreamers Pro out there. That's what Dreamers Pro do. He be flip-flopping. One minute he be criticizing, Stephen A. Smith for the ludicrous stuff this dude be saying. And next minute, here goes Stephen A. Smith telling the truth. And now they got Stephen A. Smith. Oh, look what Stephen A. Smith said. He said some truth. Oh my, this is what the YouTubers be doing out here, man. They worse as the liars. I don't care what what truth he say. I don't care what Perk say, some little truth. I don't care what Kenyon Martin say, the little truth he want to say now. I ain't got their back. Because they lie 99% of the time. And Kenyon Martin, this dude, he decided to open his mouth and go at Dak. I mean, not go at Dak. Go at Draymond Green, really, because of the stuff he said about Dak. He said that stuff about Dak. So I don't care what y'all say about Draymond Green. Draymond Green is better than Dak. Whatever y'all want to think. Oh, Draymond Green is a third wheel. So let's check it out. Draymond Green done made the All-Star team more than Dak made the All-Star team in the NFL. I think Dak only made it like 4 times, which would be the Pro Bowl. Dak made All-Pro 1 time, and I think that was he was on the second team. Draymond Green made All-NBA 2 times. 1 was second team and 1 was third team. Now, you can say, "Oh, they ain't got no third team in the NFL." I don't think they do. I think Dak led the league in like passing 1 year. I don't know what it was, some type of passing. Draymond Green led the league in assists. Draymond Green was the defensive player of the year 1 year. And the 9 defensive teams that Draymond Green has is just great. It's just greater. His resume is greater than Dak's. Y'all don't like Draymond Green, but y'all sound foolish. Y'all out here sounding foolish. Dak is a choke artist. He's a meltdown artist. He's all that. So I don't get why you would get mad because Draymond Green is saying the truth. Again, Draymond Green has a right to speak on this. He has a right to speak on this. You saying that because he's not a number 1? It's a whole different sport. It's football. So you ain't got no leg to stand on if you just a YouTuber, right? You ain't no number one. You ain't even a professional sports athlete. Draymond Green is right about Dak. But everybody, for some reason, is running the Dak side. This dude is overpaid, overhyped, overrated, a meltdown artist, a choke artist. Never seen an NFC championship game. How many quarterbacks came out that NFC, guys? Plumbers and all. This is a running league for quarterbacks. This dude will have a wide open running first down in the playoffs and will throw an interception instead. This dude can't even run the damn ball. This dude is a choke artist, a meltdown artist. This dude is worse than Tony Romo. And everybody try to run back to Tony Romo every damn time. Tony Romo wasn't this bad. I mean, goodness God. The proof is in the pudding. He fucked up. He had a lot of good teams on a 5-year stretch. In that 5-year stretch, he had they were the best on offense and defense. I'm talking about when you put the whole team together. I'm talking about skill players. We all know that. Listen. I'm not trying to say Draymond Green is better than Kenyon Martin. I don't think so skill-wise. These are different eras. You can't. So that's what Draymond Green is saying in essence. I did what I had to do in my era. See, y'all prop up Bill Russell, and Bill Russell did what he had to do in his era, which is what? Play his part. That's the only part he could play. He could be a two-way player, all-around player. He played his part to win. Hell, Bill Russell ain't got no damn records. Ain't nobody grow up and say they want to be like Bill Russell. Ain't nobody take no damn torch from Bill Russell in essence. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar wanted to be like who? Wilt Chamberlain. Ain't nobody want to be like no damn Bill Russell. Because ain't no Bill Russell was just a one-way. Tell me one defensive player, a one-way defensive player that won MVP. I'll wait. Because maybe there has been, but I don't know any. Tell me any one-way defensive player that won MVP. Well, guess what? This dude won 5 of 6 being a one-way defensive player on the most loaded stack team of all time that brought 3 All-NBA players, 3 at a time, for damn near 10 years. It had 4 of the best 10 defensive players in the league. You understand what that means? If there was all defensive team back then, it would be 4 Celtics in the 60s on the defensive team every year. And they had 3 All-NBA guys on the All-NBA. While every single year, at least for 10 years, they had 4 top 75, 4 to 5 Hall of Fame guys on their team. Okay? That's what they had. I did a thing on it. 4 top 75 and 4 to 5 Hall of Famers on that team. So that's 9 Hall of Famers every single year. You kidding me? And this guy's winning all these MVPs. Who is he making better? I done heard this stupid stuff. He was making guys better. It seems like these were guys coming out of college who won championships. Go check it out. These were guys who was winning MVP in his rookie season. His team was lit. He had the great Ramsey. He was the greatest 6-man of that era. He invented the 6-man. And you got cuckoo Negroes out there that still vouching for this Bill Russell. Get the hell out of here. To be in that top 5, top 10. Yes, he's an all-time great player, and he played his role on the Celtics. That's all he did. He just happened to be there for all those championships because he came at the right time when either, some of those guys were already in their prime when he came in, or a lot of guys came in a year after he came in, 2 years after he came in. So it was just like that, man. Bill Russell should not be in no top 10. He shouldn't be in nobody's top 10. After I did that research. But these Negroes, whatever, man. I ain't even going to try to go back into that. I know they seen the video. All my videos I put out, all these fools watch it. Believe it or not, it don't matter if they don't want to give me those shots out or what, because their shit is boring. They're boring. They come on here and they try to act like these characters. That's what they try to come out here and act like these characters, just for money. I'm a real dude. I ain't got to act like no character, and hold my breath about real stuff, okay? I'm bringing you the facts, the cold hard facts. I don't need to read off, oh, this dude sent me this bot sent me this, and this bot sent me that. I'm gonna be honest, it's only like a couple guys I can listen to anymore on here. For real. I can only listen to a couple guys on here because all these dudes do is flip flop. And this Draymond Green thing with Kenyon Martin is one of them. It's one of them. Why is Kenyon Martin up on this podcast? This dude's supposed to make $111 million in his career. Where's it at? Why do you need podcast money? How can these dudes ain't out starting a business or something? They gossiping like women on the damn podcast. I don't get it. And then he's with this liar Gilbert Arenas. And then you had to run your mouth about, trying to clap back at Draymond Green for saying this about Dak. It's true. If you don't like Draymond Green, just say, look, I don't like Draymond Green. He's a fool. But what he's saying about Dak is true. Or say, okay, what he's saying about Dak is true, but Draymond Green is an idiot. He's not wrong. Where was he wrong? All y'all fools, all y'all is saying is, oh, he ain't got no right to speak. Why Draymond Green always talking? He got carried. He's not number one. What's that got to do with what he's saying? It's true what he's saying about Dak. Y'all need to be exposing why does Draymond Green got a podcast during the season or period, why he's trying to make money when he done made all this money, hundreds of millions in his career. Y'all need to be exposing that. Why? Because these fools don't make this kind of money. They trying to show you and tell you right to your face that they don't make this kind of money. Hell, Kenyon Martin had to leave the NBA after he played for Denver and go play in China after making all that money. Yes, he came back to the NBA after that, but he made the majority of his money when he was with Jersey and Denver. When he came back later on he wasn't making no money like that. So if he made all that money he was supposed to make, the tens of millions, why he had to go play in China? Why would I go play in China? But what, you ain't gonna make no money in China. What you make in China is what you would make in the NBA as a league minimum back then. Maybe $1 million or something like that. And y'all, I ain't gonna turn down $1 million. That ain't what I'm saying. I'm saying that ain't nothing compared to what you are. You already got tens of millions of dollars. Why would you have to go to China? Because he never made that kind of money. Just like the same reason his ass is sitting up on the damn podcast, because he never made that kind of money, guys. That's a concerning part to me. That these dudes is sitting over here gossiping like women after making tens of millions and hundreds of millions of dollars. Gilbert Arenas too. Where the hell is y'all money? We got dudes it's still playing like Draymond Green. What is y'all gossiping like women? And y'all supposed to be making the most money of all time now. This is what these channels should be exposing with these dudes. Where is y'all money that y'all need to get on podcasts and make money? And on top of that, you on these podcasts lying. Kenyon Martin be on there lying with Gilbert Arenas, a scumbag, a slimeball, a liar. That's why I said people like Scap Attack. You would go on there and battle a liar? A dude that done dirtied up Kobe Bryant's legacy? But money is evil. All these guys care about is money. Money, 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 money. That's all Scap care about is money. That's why he came out with, he go over there, Jason Whitlock, another liar. Another dude that worked for the system. Another dude that'll have you thinking that he don't like Stephen A. Smith. All he doing is boosting up Steve. He needs Stephen A. Smith for ratings. Because the dude ain't interesting. So we go over there to Jason Whitlock and he pisses in the eyes of Kobe Bryant and all these all-time greats Scap does. Oh, Joker done had the greatest 5-year peak. You know, he's been playing 10 years, right? This is the 11th year. And you know he missed the playoffs the first 3 seasons. Didn't make an All-NBA his first 3 seasons. Didn't make an All-Star team his first 3 seasons. You know that, right? Only beat 150-win team in the playoffs one time. Never made defensive team. Really? That's the greatest peak of all time? 1 championship? A finals MVP? 3 MVPs? That's the greatest? And some stats, some inflated stats? And then we put up Kobe's 5-year peak and it smoked Joker's 5-year peak? Kobe from 6 to 10? It was a joke. It was a joke. Everybody else is inflated stats and all this stuff. Remember, he said, oh, the 1960s, the most inflated era of all time. That's what he'll say. But when it comes to, because he don't like Wilt Chamberlain, but when it comes to this guy, his stats ain't inflated, right? He's playing all this great competition, right? Joker, man, get the hell out of here. So I'm gonna continue to ride with Draymond Green on this. He's going to the Hall of Fame. His resume. Is he better than Kenyon Martin? Well, no. Kenyon Martin played in the real NBA. Where dudes were literally physical, were more skilled. This is what these guys should be talking about. They don't want to talk about nothing real on these podcasts. You should be talking about this era NBA. How it's weak, soft. The men are built like women. They ain't got that type of skill. You should be condemning this NBA in this era. But guess what? LeBron James plays in this era. So you ain't gonna say nothing. You should be pooping on the era of the 2015s until now. This is what these guys should be doing. But it don't fit their narrative to keep helping out LeBron James. I see this all the time from these ex-players from the past. All you got to do is keep it real across the board and talk ish about this era. But they won't. But they'll stir up some stuff that don't make no sense. They'll lie for LeBron James. They'll flip-flop, just like these channels out here. They be flip-flopping. Oh, this dude's a idiot. Next minute, oh yeah, I got they back. Because they said some truth now. they finally said some truth. No, I ain't got they back. I ain't got Kenyon Martin back. Kenyon Martin is an idiot. He be on that podcast lying with Gilbert Arenas. What's the difference between Gilbert Arenas and Kenyon Martin up there lying all the time versus Draymond Green lying? There's no difference. They're all liars, and they all lying to get a reaction so they can get you to come to their podcast. That's it. In Kenyon Martin era, he was nothing. I ain't trying to say he wasn't no good player, but he wasn't no great player. One all-star appearance, it speaks for itself. I don't care about injuries. Ralph Sampson could have been great. A lot of dudes could have been great, but he got injured. This is really the era where they stopped lifting weights. And, a lot of them was unable to have long careers without, a whole bunch of nagging injuries and stuff like that. Because this is the era where they really stopped getting away from, going to the gym and lifting weights and stuff like that. But the resume speaks for itself. That's why a lot of fools don't understand why Dr. J ain't top 10. He ain't got the resume. He ain't got the resume. And people ain't including the ABA. It's just not. Not because it wasn't great, whatever like that. It's because he came into the NBA and he didn't do nothing. He wasn't winning championships like that. He wasn't winning scoring titles. His stats dropped the hell off the map. Go look at him. When he entered the NBA, this wasn't the same Dr. J. He was still good. Still the best at his position, but nowhere was he the best in the league. Well, with no MVPs. He wasn't the best in the league. And sometimes not even close. If you want to be real, Moses Malone, and I know he didn't play in the ABA that long. What was it, like a year and a half or something like that? Whatever. But Moses Malone had a better career in the NBA than Dr. J. It's not even close. It's not even close, guys. Not even close. And that's why Dr. J ain't in people's top 10. Because it's his resume, his NBA resume. It don't prove that. It proves he was the greatest player in the ABA. That's what it proves. But when in his 6th season, he came into the NBA and he fell off the map as far as what he used to be. You can't take somebody's resume away and say they didn't earn it. Yes, you could take a lot of people be with these championships. Oh, this guy wasn't the leader. This guy wasn't that. Okay, take the championships away. What do you have? Draymond Green still got his All NBAs, 2 of them, 4 All-Stars. Okay, 9-time defensive, assist leader, defensive player of the year. He still got all these things, right? He didn't earn that. And at the same time, you guys will say, oh, Draymond Green, he was, in 2016, I think they say he was on his way to winning the finals MVP. How many times I hear this from these fools that now say Draymond Green didn't do nothing in those championship years? Let's be real. You take Draymond Green off those teams, and him clogging up the paint and all that stuff. Guess what? They don't win those championships, man. There's a reason why Draymond Green is 9-time defensive player of the year, is because his defense. You take him off those teams, they don't win those championships. Let's be real. You a fool if you think they win them championships without Draymond Green. Curry ain't playing no defense. None of these fools is playing defense. Clay is overrated defender. I think he made a defensive team like 1 time. What are we talking about? Y'all acting like fools. Who's other defenders on them teams? Again, like I said, this whole thing started because Draymond Green said something about Dak. And here come Kenyon Martin running his mouth, putting Draymond Green in his mouth. You the one that said something about him first. It don't matter what you said. You just ran your mouth. Is Draymond Green better than Kenyon Martin? No. But they play in different eras, man. No era was the same. It just wasn't. Draymond Green did what he had to do in his era. And guess what? Like I always say, LeBron James set the bar for these guys coming after him. They don't have to do much to be more than what they are. They don't. LeBron James set that bar. None of these dudes, the Bookers, the Jason Tatums, all these guys, the Jaylen Browns, the Jalen Brunsons, the Lukas, the Jokers, all these fools ain't making defensive teams. Who gonna miss? Kevin Durant, Curry, none of your superstars is making defensive team. Only a couple guys, right? And they still get paid all this money. They still touted as superstars. When all they got to do is be one-way players. Again, Bill Russell won 5 MVPs being a one-way player, guys. That's insane. But yet we got all these great defensive players that came after him that won 0 MVPs. So let me get off of here. I don't even think we're gonna talk about the Kevin Durant thing. I don't. But we can talk about it. It ain't much to talk about right here. Kevin Durant. I knew he was gonna be out. Some people say it's because he's about to play the Phoenix Suns and who is this? What, Golden State Warriors maybe about to play these next 2 games. Maybe it's that. But either way, he was gonna go take a break. He wasn't gonna keep playing through. So this is the perfect time for him to go take a break. See, ain't something wrong with his family. Most people don't believe that because it happened at this time. These people are like, you don't say something like that, man. It ain't something wrong with your family. Something could happen to your family later on. It could be. It could be some childish stuff that he had to leave for. That he really don't have to leave. But they could say, oh yeah, my family's in need. And they really could be, but it's not that big to where he got to take this time off. So he going to take all this time off. I don't know. Was it about a week or something like that? Not to play them 2 teams. Like I said, Kevin Durant, he's frail. He's undernourished. He wasn't going to make it no way, man. He need to take these breaks. You could tell what he planned on doing in the league to keep going, right? Now it's just score. He ain't gonna defend. He ain't gonna rebound. He ain't gonna do nothing else but score. That's all. That he didn't come to Houston to win no championship, guys. He came to Houston to sell them tickets. It's like Luka came to LA to sell them tickets. In that Cooper Flag trade, that's all it was. And Cooper Flag's there to sell them tickets. LeBron James didn't come to LA to win championships. He came there to sell tickets. That's all the NBA is becoming. It ain't about greatness or winning championships. It's about sell tickets. Because like I said, you don't have real fans no more. These are just fans that want to see entertainment. So they're giving the fans what they want. The fans don't want to see championships. They're not real fans. They're giving them what they want, entertainment. That's it. Hell, you can't have real fans anyway because, listen, these stadiums is still packed, man. These arenas. Because these fans just want to see entertainment. They hold these players to no standard. I think that stopped them. To me, I think the real NBA fan base really left after LeBron James went back to Cleveland. When he went to Miami, the real fan base was hoping he would lose. Remember, they hoping he would lose in that 5-year period, the 4-year period when he was in Miami. And then when he went back to Cleveland, I think that's about the time the real NBA fan base left. And then you can see it with the ratings, the NBA viewership. It's just nobody want to watch this crap no more on a consistent basis. They all see that the NBA is a joke. It's scripted. They don't care. The analysts, they lie all the time. The play-by-play, they lie all the time. Listen to the difference between the play-by-play back in the day, the early 2000s, the 90s, the 80s. The play-by-play guys, they taught you something the entire game. They wasn't loathing over a star player all game or lying. They were teaching what the players should be doing if they did something wrong on the court or if they did something wrong in another game, or you know what I'm saying? They went up the par in the season in defending or rebounding or scoring or whatever it was. They was out there teaching. Especially the color analyst was teaching. You can listen, even in the NFL back in the day, the color analyst was teaching. That's what the color analyst was there for, to teach. And then the other guy, the play-by-play guy, he was good at what he did, calling the game, play-by-play. He was great. These dudes today is like, they, hey man, you're only gonna get what you're gonna get with the players. The play-by-play and the color analyst only gonna be up to par with the players. That's the kind of talent you're gonna get. It's all a lie in the NBA. So it all works together. The players is a lie, their talent. The play-by-play is their talent is a lie. What these guys get paid every year is a lie. The whole NBA is a lie, folks. It's a lie. So let me get off of here, man.